Flying for free isn't just a luxury for the ultra wealthy. A few years ago, I was struggling to build credit and could barely afford to get away on a holiday. But after hundreds of hours of research, I figured out a three-step system to not only fly for free, but get paid to travel. And it all starts with understanding that credit card companies are essentially paying you to use their products. Last year alone, I flew to South Korea, Japan, Thailand, Vietnam, Romania, Egypt, all completely free. And I'm not talking about budget airlines with terrible services. I'm talking business class flights that would normally cost you £3,000 each. The system I'm going to show you is the exact same one I've used to help thousands of people unlock free travel. But here's the thing, most people get this completely wrong. They focus on the wrong credit cards, waste time on low value strategies, or worse, they earn points but have no idea how to actually use them effectively. By the end of this video, you'll have the complete blueprint to generate hundreds of thousands of points per year, and more importantly, how to redeem them for maximum value. But before we dive in, if this helps you unlock free travel, drop a like and subscribe, because this is the kind of content that credit card companies definitely don't want you to see. Now, before I give you the three-step system, I want to go over why this actually works, and you need to understand why credit card companies are willing to give you free flights worth thousands of pounds. It's simple economics. Credit card companies make money in three ways: annual fees, interest charges, and interchange fees from merchants. They've calculated that giving you maximum welcome bonuses and ongoing rewards still leaves them profitable, because most people either pay interest or don't maximize the benefits properly. But here's the key: we're going to be the 1% that extracts maximum value while never paying interest or annual fees we can't justify. So the first step we're going to go over is manufactured spending to generate points. This is the strategy that separates beginners from the advanced players. Manufactured spending is essentially creating artificial spend to earn more points without actually spending more of your own money. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you two examples so you can wrap your head around it. Example number one, we're going to fly through, and that's the gift card method. It's the Visa method that probably most of you might have heard of. It's the most popular one. Now, what this is you go to, a convenience store or any store that sells these Visa gift cards. You buy the Visa gift card using your American Express. That puts your American Express in negative, but you've gone and bought a Visa gift card that is worth the amount that you've spent. You then take that gift card and you cash it out. You now have the cash and you put it back into your American Express. You've done a full cycle there without spending a penny of your own money, and you've spent £0 or lost £0, but in that whole process, you've earned yourself some points. Now, another interesting method for manufactured spending is PayPal. By the way, take everything that I'm giving right now with a pinch of salt, and these are all concepts. I'm not telling you to go and do this by yourself right now, because you need to understand the guidelines and you need to understand the parameters. If you don't know what you're doing and you make one small mistake, it can cost your card being closed down. So be careful, or if you want to know more about this, just drop a comment in the comment section about manufactured spend and I will try and respond to you all. But the next method I want to give you is the PayPal method. And again, some of you might have heard this. This is everyone's kind of light bulb moment and Einstein moment when they're like, shit, I'm going to travel the world for free. Now, let's take into account you have two PayPal accounts, one personal, one business. You connect your rewards card to the PayPal account. Let's say it's an American Express for ease. We connect the American Express to the personal PayPal. We then move the money from that personal PayPal using the American Express card. Let's take the figure of 5,000 for now, to the business PayPal. You send that money through friends and family, not goods and services, because when you send it through goods and services, PayPal takes a cut and you don't get the full amount of money. But when you send it through friends and family, PayPal doesn't take a cut, and the 5,000 that you send is the 5,000 that you receive. So we send 5,000 from the personal PayPal to the business PayPal, which then means you have £5,000 sitting in your business PayPal and you're negative 5,000 on your American Express. You then withdraw that money from your PayPal account to any debit card that you have. So now you have 5,000 sitting in your bank account, which you can then use to pay off your American Express that you owe the £5,000 to. Once you pay off the American Express, you've done a full cycle there. You owe American Express no money and you've spent zero of your own money. But in that whole cycle, you've generated yourself 5,000 points. And again, that is the beauty of manufactured spend, generating points without spending any of your own money. Now, like I said earlier, manufactured spending isn't without risks. Credit card companies are getting smarter about detecting it. And what manufactured spend is, it isn't illegal to do, it's frowned upon. So if you've ever heard of, casino games like blackjack, when you have an edge over the dealer, like counting cards, that's not illegal, but it's frowned upon by the casinos. And manufactured spend is frowned upon by the credit card companies because you're earning so much points off them for absolutely free. And what tends to happen if a credit card company does detect that you're doing it, some will claw back the rewards that you've earned, or some will close your accounts down if they catch you being too aggressive. Now, the key thing with manufactured spend is moderation and mixing manufactured spending with real spending. So don't put £10,000 in gift cards or PayPal spend on a new account in the first month. You want to build it up gradually and make it look natural. Also, never just do manufactured spending just to hit minimum spending requirements if you can't afford to pay off the balance. The interest charges will kill any benefits. Now, the second step to generating points is welcome bonus strategies and hitting them all. This is where the real money is. Welcome bonuses are the fastest way to accumulate massive amounts of points, but most people approach this completely wrong. The application strategy is very important. Some people just go and apply for random cards, but you need a systematic approach that maximizes bonuses while minimizing hard inquiries and approval risks. Start with one card issuer and build a relationship and move forward. If you get approved, for example, for a Chase card and handle it well for 3 to 6 months, you're more than likely to get approved for their premium cards later down the line. And what I want you to do is space your applications properly, never more than one card per month, and ideally 2 to 3 months apart for different issuers. Now, another key thing when it comes to opening your cards is that you need to time your natural spending. And this is the biggest mistake people make, is applying for credit cards when they can't naturally hit the spending requirements. If you need to spend £3,000 in 3 months for a welcome bonus, make sure you have at least £3,000 in natural expenses coming up at that period of time. Perfect timing scenarios are when you're moving house, wedding expenses, business purchases, holiday bookings, or large one-time expenses like insurance premiums. I keep a spreadsheet of my upcoming expenses and time my credit card applications accordingly. This ensures I hit every single welcome bonus without changing my personal spending habits. Now, some specific cards I would recommend for you guys to target for maximum value and to focus on transferable point currencies first is the Chase Ultimate Rewards, Sapphire Preferred, or the Reserve, the American Express Membership Rewards points, going for the Gold card or the Platinum card, and the City Thank You points, which you'd go for something like the Premier card. These points transfers to airline and hotel partners give you flexibility and higher redemption values than fixed value programs. Once you've exhausted the major transferable programs, then you want to move to airline and hotel cards for your preferred brands. Now, what I'm going to do to wrap up this section is I'm going to give you an advanced strategy. And if you have large expenses coming up, you can work on multiple welcome bonuses at the same time. So open 2 to 3 cards in different months and stagger your spending to hit all requirements. Just be careful not to overwhelm yourself or apply for too many cards too quickly. Now, the third and final step, which is one of the most important ones, is understanding how to use your points correctly and the right software and tools. This is where most people fail. They accumulate hundreds of thousands of points, then redeem them for terrible value, getting 0.5 pence per point value when they could get 3 to 4 pence per point with proper strategy. Now, the biggest value usually comes from transferring points to airlines and hotel partners rather than booking through the credit card's travel portal. For example, 50,000 Chase Ultimate Rewards points might get you a £500 flight through their portal, but those same points could transfer to British Airways and get you a business class flight to Europe worth £1,500 or more. The key is understanding which transfer partners offer the best value for your specific routes and travel dates. Now, what most people don't understand is that not all redemptions are created equal. Airlines and hotels have sweet spots where you can get outsized value for your points. For example, British Airways' Avios have distance-based pricing, so short flights in Europe might only cost 9,000 points instead of the usual 25,000 points on other airlines, and hotel programs often have category-based pricing where you can book luxury properties for the same points as mid-tier hotels during off-peak periods. Now, the timing and flexibility is very key as well. Award availability changes constantly. The best redemptions require flexibility with dates, routes, and sometimes destinations. I typically book award flights 6 to 12 months in advance when award calendars open up. For hotels, I look for off-peak periods or promotional rates. Now, one of the places most people get stuck is understanding how to use the softwares and tools to maximize their values, and they go and manually search for award availability across dozens of airlines and hotel partners. Is incredibly dumb and time-consuming and inefficient. That's where specialized softwares come into play. There are several tools that can automate the search process and help you find the best redemption options. One tool that's revolutionized how I book award travel is Credifly. This software aggregates award availability across multiple airline and hotel partners and shows you the best redemption values for your specific points balance. Here's how it works. You input your points balance from different programs, enter your travel preferences, date, destination, class of service, and Credifly shows you all available options ranked by value per point. This software also tracks pricing changes and can alert you when an award availability opens up for routes you're interested in. This is huge because award seats often become available at the last minute due to cancellations. What makes Credifly different from other tools is it focuses on point optimization instead of just showing you available awards. It calculates the actual value you're getting per point and suggests the most efficient ways to use your points portfolio. For example, if you have both Chase Ultimate Rewards and American Express points, Credifly will tell you which program to transfer from based on current transfer bonuses and award availability. The software also includes hotel redemption optimization, which is something most other tools ignore. It can identify when paying cash is actually better than using points, or when you should book cash rates and use points for upgrades. Now, what I'll do is I'll give you my typical award booking process. What I would do is I'd first check Credifly to see all my options ranked by value. Then I verify availability directly with the airline or hotel. Finally, I execute the transfer and booking. This process has helped me consistently get 2 to 5 pence per point value on my redemptions compared to the 0.5 to 1 pence most people get booking through credit card portals. Now, what I'll do is I'll give you a real world example of my personal trip to Japan. Let me walk you through exactly how I booked my free trip to Japan using this system. First of all, I generated my points. American Express Platinum I opened gave me a welcome bonus of 100,000 points. The Chase Sapphire Reserve welcome bonus gave me another 60,000 points, and I also did manufactured spending for over 3 months and generated 80,000 points. This accumulated to 240,000 points. I then took those points and used Credifly to compare my options, found that transferring 85,000 Chase points to British Airways got me a business class flight to Tokyo worth £4,200. I then used 50,000 American Express points for 5 nights at a luxury hotel worth £1,800 a night. The total value is a trip worth over £7,000 for basically the cost of an annual fee and manufactured spending fees, which is about £200. The key here is without Credifly, I would have probably booked through the Chases portal and gotten a way worse offer, like 2,400 in value instead of the 7,000 in value that I got. Now, I'm going to give you some of the advanced strategies that some of you should take into account. Number one being transfer bonuses. Airlines and hotels regularly offer transfer bonuses where you get extra points for transferring from credit card programs. For example, again, Creditfly comes into hand because it tracks these bonuses and factors them into value calculations. The second thing is mixed cabin bookings. Sometimes booking economy for part of your journey and business class for the longest segment gives you way better overall value than booking all economy or all business class. The third thing is positioning your flights. If award availability is better from a different city, sometimes it's worth booking a cheap cash flight into that city, then using points for the main journey. Now, all of that being said, there are some mistakes you should also avoid. And the first mistake you should avoid is hoarding points. Points and miles lose value over time due to devaluation. Use them within 12 to 18 months of earning them. The second mistake is booking too far in advance. While award availability often opens 11 to 12 months out, the best redemption only appears 2 to 4 weeks before departure due to cancellations. Mistake number 3 is ignoring cash prices. Sometimes cash prices are so low that paying cash and saving points is way better redemption and makes way more sense. Mistake number 4 is not factoring in the taxes and fees. Award flights still have taxes and fees that you need to pay, and sometimes they're 200 to 500 plus for international flights. Factor these into your value calculations before you book the flight. And if you're just starting off, I want you to start small. Begin with 1 or 2 transferable point currencies. Master those programs inside and out before expanding to airline specific cards. I also want you to track everything. Use spreadsheets or apps to track your points balances, transfer ratios, and redemption values. Again, something like Creditfly helps with this, but you should still maintain your own records too. Set yourself goals as well. Have specific redemption goals in mind. I want to book business class to Japan next year is better than I want to accumulate a lot of points. Set yourself destinations, set yourself vacations that you want to make happen using points. Now, I really want you to all understand, because you've made it this far, that this isn't a get rich quick scheme. Building a substantial points portfolio takes time. It can take 6 to 12 months of consistent strategy, but once you have the system down to the T, you can essentially travel for free indefinitely. I now generate over 600,000 points every single year through welcome bonuses, optimized spending, which covers all my personal travels, plus several trips for my family members. The key is treating this like a system, not a hobby. Track your results, optimize your strategy, and always be looking for ways to improve your points earning and redemption efficiency. Now, the systems I've shared with you is exactly how I've unlocked hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of free travel. But like any system, it only works if you actually implement it. Start with step 1. Identify your next largest expense and time a welcome bonus around it. Then use tools like Creditfly to make sure you're maximizing the value of every point you earn. If this video potentially saved you thousands on future travel, smash that like button and subscribe for more advanced credit card strategies. Comment below with where you want to travel for free. I read every single comment and might feature your destination in my future video showing exactly how to book it with points. I will see you in the next video where I might break down the specific credit cards that give you the highest points earning potential in 2025. Remember, free travel isn't about being wealthy, it's about being strategic with the tools that are already available to you.